Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RV Center here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Flagstaff Microlite 21 FBRS travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. Main thing you need to take into consideration is your slide. There's plenty of room for your slide to come in and out unhindered. Get a good eye for how much room you're going to need, so I have it all the way out for you now. And then leave yourself some walking room beside it, because what you're also going to have to do is get to your docking station and your power, which are both on your off camp side at the rear of your unit or the driver's side of your tow vehicle. If you've arrived and unhooked your hitch, next thing we're going to do is level your unit. I do recommend getting a stick on level, putting it over here on your off camp side in the middle of your unit. Have someone watch that while you use your power tongue jack to lower or raise the unit until it's level. You have a night docking light and a rubber stopper here for a manual override crank right there should you lose power. Speaking of power, check your battery post when you arrive. Make sure you haven't wiggled those loose bouncing down the road. Once you got your unit level, next thing you do is stabilize it. On all four corners of your unit you have stabilizing jacks. 3/4 inch crank right here. Just run them down. Only gotta go down about a foot on these. Run them down just until they're taut. I do recommend jack pads. Jack pads are gonna protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop. Gonna protect the feet of these from sinking in. Really good investment. Use your 10% off coupon and grab a 4-pack of those. Run these down again just until they're taut. Remember, they're stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. Once you have all 4 of these down, we have our unit level and stable. We can go ahead and hook up our power and water. Again, coming over to your off camp side. Normally your slide would be in at this point, but we'll go to our power. Where these new cords go on, they come in at a little angle. Get lined up, press in, and then turn to the right. Just turn to the right, put on your black washer. 30 amp service should you need it. There is a 30 to 110 adapter. It comes in your convenience pack. So we've hooked up our power. Next thing we do is hook up our water. Right above that's your docking station. City water connect, black tank flush, and antifreeze inlets. Let's go to your city water connection. We're hooking up at the campsite. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Use this when putting fluid into your unit here. Hook up your hose, hook up your water pressure regulator, but don't turn our hose on yet. Just come to the front of your off camp side. Use your hot water heater. All we're going to do at this point is make sure our drain plug's back in. Plumber's tape recommended. Don't use putty, it'll get caught in the grooves. Get that in there nice and tight, and then you can go ahead and turn on your hose. If your hose has been on for a while, you pull on this pressure release valve. When water starts coming out of here, you know that your hot water heater is full and can be turned on from inside. You can also turn on your hot water tap indoors. When water's coming out of there, you know that it is full. Just remember to shut it off. Hot water will come out cold until you turn this on. There is an on-off switch down here. It's taped to off. The only time you ever want to turn on this electric element down here is if you're hooked up to 110. Then turn it on here as well as indoors. Reset. If your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, come out here. If these are bubbled out, press them back in. It's a factory reset. And pressure release valve. So let's say we're going camping and we're not going to use city water, we're going to use potable water. Right here's your potable water tank. Simply fill it up with a hose, no water pressure regulator needed. 2 ways to tell when it's full. 1, there's an overflow valve right here. And 2, you can press your freshwater button on the inside and tell when it's full. Just remember, when using potable water is when you're going to want to turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water, it's already pressurized. Alright, we're all set up to camp. Let me walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit. You have a docking light right here. Your pass-through storage. Table that attaches on the other side. Potable water. Hot water heater. Your freshwater drain, if you're using potable water, that's where you'll drain that. Your slide storage here. Back here in your docking station again, your city water connection. Cable, satellite, black tank flush, we'll talk about that when leaving the campsite, and your antifreeze, this is where you'll put that in. Power, there's your dump station, black and gray tanks. You have an outdoor shower. This is access to the back of your fridge. Unit's also prepped for a Furrion backup camera. Device you can purchase from our store that sets on the dash of your tow vehicle, giving you a backup camera for this unit. And your ladder to go up and check your seams. Check them twice a year and caulk as needed. Your rear stabilizing jacks. Nice solid step there, step above steps. Your outdoor speakers. This is a vent for your microwave. Prep for a TV here. TV mounts on there. 110 and cable here. This is a furnace heat release. If you're running your furnace, steer clear of that. It'll get rather hot. Your low point drain to right up underneath here, or blue and red. Get another angle here. Drain nose when leaving the campsite. A quick connect LP. Here's the lip for your griddle and everything that's inside the table that's in your storage here. Your hand crank, your hitch work. There is your griddle and table. They're both set on this lip as well. Unit is pre-wired for solar. You can hook up a solar panel here and they'll trickle charge your batteries. A cover for your propane tanks. Your propane's on a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to use, or point it in the middle and it'll automatically switch over. That about covers everything on the outside. Oh, there is a battery disconnect. Let me point that out to you. Little black button down here. That'll come important later. That disconnects all your battery power to the unit. We'll talk about that later when we talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. About covers everything out here. Let's get out of the wind and head inside. So coming up inside your unit, first and most important thing I like to point out is where the fire extinguisher is. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. You have a 110 here, and then up in the corner you have your control panel. First off, you can scan this code and there is a Google Play app that you can control everything from your phone. Stand outside, run your awnings out, run your slides out, all from your phone. Here's where you check your tanks. Brand new battery. Here's where you hold your fresh water tank down to tell when your potable water is full. Black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your Wi-Fi booster. A water pump if you're using potable water. Water heater if you're hooked up to gas. Water heater if you're hooked up to electric. And your tank heater if you're in inclement weather. Awning in and out. Kind of windy out today. I'm not going to run your awning out. It has been ran out. Only want to run that out until your flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see the bar. Then you know you're out far enough. And your slide control, which we'll use when closing up the unit. Step, awning, porch, and interior lighting. Coming straight into your kitchen here is self-explanatory microwave. Your stove over here does have a light and a fan. This glass top makes an excellent backsplash. Keep everything off your shades up there. Have a panel light here. Simply turn this to high. Hit your spark when your gas is on, that'll light. You also have a panel light for your stove. And also when you light your oven, turn this to light here and hit your spark on over here. No pilot light in. Just light it here. 110 over here. This is a template where it's wired for solar. If you ever decide to wire this whole unit for solar, that is a template for the techs to use. Up above that, your IRV technology sound system. Turn that on. Turn that to AM, FM. Oh, turn it on. Turn on some music. See if we can find anything with the scan. Alright, so we have music indoors. Whatever's blue is on. Shut indoors off. This is the front indoors. And that is outside. DVD, CD player. Different modes you can go through. The TV audio. Front audio. HDMI's. Touch it for mute. Hold it in. For standby. Also Bluetooth compatible. Your television. Just want to mention quickly on that. Not sure where your remote is, but when you arrive at the campsite, there's a button here. Press that in to make sure that green light is on, so that when you run your digital channels, that's a digital channel enhancer to allow you to pick up more channels. Here's where your table snaps out, give you a little extra prep area. Your bed, we'll fold that up in a minute. A hand open exhaust. Charging station next to the bed. A table and your jackknife bed. Sofa simply fold like that. Move your table over here to bring it back up. Grab from the front. And then from the middle of the back, there's your storage. It's accessible from outdoors. This lighting up here, if you touch it once, it gives you a blue light. If you hold it in, it gives you a nice reading light. Come over here to your thermostat. I'm going to start by turning the air on. So air conditioning come on. We'll shut that off. You see that comes off, shuts off rather quickly. I'll turn your furnace on. That kicked on. You'll notice when you shut your furnace off, it will take a moment for the fan on your furnace to shut off. It does on all trailers. And then there's your regular fan. 110 below that. Over here in your kitchen, your Dometic fridge. We'll start on the top here and open this up. Press that in and turn it on. Right now we're on auto. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're on electric. As soon as you unplug, you go to gas. Lift this up for gas. If that starts beeping, your gas is low. Shut that off. Oh, coming down below your fridge. Access panel to your fuses and breaker box. Got a bunch of 15s in there, a 30, a 40. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. And to the right of that, your 12-volt carbon monoxide detector. The reason I mentioned this is 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day, nothing plugged in charges your batteries, use that battery disconnect to keep this from running your battery down. Into the bathroom real quick. Just want to mention this is where your 110 with GFCI resets at. And an access panel to your plumbing. Maintain that as you would at home. Remember, you are bouncing a house down the road. Things can wiggle loose over time. Here's your lighting in here. You have a hand crank open, power fan in here, 4 different levels. Shut that off. Here your furnace just now shut off. I'm going to put your table back and bring your bed up. And here I found a remote for your TV. Turn that on for you. Have to digitally scan for channels. Well, it covers everything on the inside. Set your smoke alarm here. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close it up. What I like to do is shut off my interior lights here and make sure I don't have any other lights that I need to go through and shut off. All the lights are off. Make sure your bathroom door is closed. Make sure the shower is secure here. Make sure nothing's going to impede your slide from coming in. Simply hit slide in. Turn the lights back on for you. Shut off our interior lights and exit the unit. I want to point out with these steps, you want to make sure your exterior door is all the way open so this doesn't catch on it. Lift up, pull back on this, lock that in there. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn your handle. Come to your low point drain. Drain nose. Want to unhook your water first. Hit this low point drain. Bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. Unhook any cable. Come to your hot water heater. Lift up on this pressure release valve. Drain the water out of there. Once that's all drained out of there, remember, push this back down or your door won't close, and then you can pull your drain plug. If you're using potable water, open up this fresh water drain, get that all out of there. Hook up and head up to the dump station. At the dump station, you will take the sewage hose, comes in your convenience pack, 10 foot long, hook that on there, and the first thing you're gonna pull is that black handle. And after that sounds like it's no longer draining, again, take your water pressure regulator and hook up to our black tank flusher on top. Hook the hose up that's on the dump station, turn that on with your black handle open, and run that for a good 5 minutes. It's gonna wash out your black tank, get all that nastiness out of there. Shut that off, close your black handle, and open up your gray tank. When it sounds like that's done, that's gonna be your clean the waters, your sinks, and your showers. Unhook, take your sewage hose, and conveniently store it right here in your bumper. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase of this Microlite. Hope you enjoy it for many years to come. Happy camping.